Hi, my name is Louis Walters, and I'm the head football coach at Scotts Valley High School. This is my 16th year at Scotts Valley. First off, I'm very thankful for the 49ers to offer this for us. USA Football, you guys are amazing. How you promote high school football and what is the right thing to do. And, MaxPreps, we've been fortunate. We've played in 4 different states in the last 15 years, and the best part about MaxPreps is we know what every team does in other states. And like I said, I'm very appreciative for everything that you guys have done here. And I've brought 4 of my senior leaders. I'm excited about this season. We've had some pretty good success at Scotts Valley for a small school, and I feel that this is one of our stronger teams. Oh, it's great. I'm a huge San Francisco 49er fan. I was going to bring one of my assistant coaches here, but he's a big Raider fan, and I sent him a memo and said that you will be escorted off the property if you're wearing any Raider gear. So I'm excited for being here.
What about for you guys as players? What's kind of been the coolest thing you've loved being here?
I've always grown up a 49ers fan ever since I was little, on the TV. I was 7 years old, 6 years old, watching the games. The candlestick transition from 2 years ago was a big deal, but coming to this new facility with all the new technology and everything up in the stadium, it's pretty crazy coming here. And I was walking down there, seeing some of the players. It's a really neat experience.
Yeah, I've been a 49er fan my whole life as well, and just being in this atmosphere is a really humbling experience, and it's definitely once in a lifetime, and I'm definitely taking full advantage of it, and because there won't be another time like this.
Although I'm not a 49er fan, this is amazing. No, I'm a Cowboy fan.
Oh, that might be worse.
But no, yeah, this experience is amazing. I wouldn't even expect this happening to me, or I'm sure most of these guys wouldn't think of this happening to us. But it's something that we will never forget, and I think it's just a great moment in our lives.
Yeah, I think it's a great experience that I'm probably going to remember for the rest of my life. And these 4 of the gentlemen next to me, I'm just really blessed to be here today and, share my thoughts with you guys.
You guys have some great games this season, including going to Texas this year. Which one's standing out for you guys, for the players, when you're looking forward to most? Is it Aptos or Texas team, or
Los Banos.
how about the players? Same thing.
Aptos.
Definitely the biggest rival, Aptos.
And I would agree with everyone, or at least Tanner and Tristan with being Aptos. They're usually the powerhouse in our league, and I'm just hoping to take it to them this year.
Yeah, I hope to beat Aptos, and we also playing Carmel this year, and they're a pretty good team, and just try to stay undefeated throughout the preseason.
Coach, why are you playing out of state teams? What is led to that decision?
That all started in the school was built in '99, and that first group was just freshmen, and then we added a class every year, and we weren't very good, and the kids were. I wanted to reward them, that first graduating class, and so we went to Hawaii. We went for a week, and it was an amazing experience for our kids, and then it just became a tradition at Scotts Valley, and we've been to Texas 3 or 4 times. We've been to Oregon, and my wife likes the Hawaii trips every time, but I said we can't do that every year. So that's kind of been our out-of-state thing. And for me, it's not so much the wins and the losses when you travel out of state. It's to see other cultures, see what other kids are like, and just to experience that. I mean, that's kind of what we do, and I like it.
And for the players, how does that help you guys kind of bond? You got to go on these long road trips with each other. How does that kind of
You know, the trips definitely help with the bonding, but we've been with these fellows, you know, me and Nick, me and Troy, Tanner, we've been playing with each other ever since we were peewees, you know. So the brotherhood's always been there. That's the one thing that separates this team from, per se, last year. You know, these long trips on the buses and on the planes and everything, we're all having a good time, you know, on and off the field with the brotherhood, having each other's back, you know. It's a great experience for sure, but these guys make it for the rest of the team.
Everyone makes Texas football out to be this wonderful thing, and what was your experience of playing in Texas?
We haven't played in Texas. Yeah, we played a Texas team. You know, like one of the other coaches was saying, that just came up here. You see that emblem on their helmet, and your head just goes down. But I think the best part about that game was the second half. We brought our heart out. We came back a little bit, fought back for sure, and it showed us that, you know, we can compete with some of these bigger teams.
I personally didn't play in that Texas game because of a knee injury, but just being on the sideline and witnessing the brotherhood and watching us fight and come back, even though we lost, it was still just a cool experience to be a part of, and definitely will remember that for the rest of my life.
When they first got off the bus in Scotts Valley, we had our little conference for them back at the high school, and they got some big kids. There were some big kids. I mean, me myself, I'm a pretty small guy, and they were just towering over me. But that experience playing them is great. We had agreeing with Tristan. We put out all we could on that field, and it was just something I'll never forget that either.
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience. It was really cool to just see like the kind of heart that they played with and intensity. And it was really cool playing with people that, you know, weren't from our area, and just seeing new faces in football instead of the same people we play in the Bay Area every year.
What are you expecting to increase workload this year?
On offense, or yeah, you know, last year I started halfway through the season. That's when I started to get more carries. But you know, last year we were more of a passing team. This year I'm hopefully, you know, we run the ball. We definitely have some big linemen up front this year. Last year we just didn't really have the size and, you know, even the talent. But this year, you know, we're a strong team. Last year we were young, and, you know, it's going to be majority seniors, and you know, we have some good juniors coming up this year. So I'm looking really forward for this season.
Final questions? All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Put that down that way, yeah.